Hey, Ramelia. Just wanted to check in. The Arizona Cardinals lost. I was just watching the games and then relaxing, getting ready for Monday, and I saw that. I'm very surprised the way the Cardinals looked against the 49ers. So I hope the 49ers will come out and play like that against us. So the Panthers got them 34-10, and uh, uh, Cam uh, Cam came back. Cam Newton leads them to a 34-10 win. And that's more like it. That's nice to see the Cardinals come back to earth a little bit. Everybody has injuries, and we can speak to that. And they lost, so we got to win Monday night. We're one game out. We got to beat them head to head, and there's chance for us to still get the home field advantage in the playoffs. We just got to put W's on the board, so that's wonderful. Yeah. So the Arizona Cardinals lost 34-10. The Seahawks, Russell Wilson came back. He wasn't himself. They lost a tough game, 17-0, but the game was closer throughout the game. It was like 3-0 for a long time, and he threw an interception in the end zone, and they just couldn't get it going. So there's another loss for them. Tough luck for them. It's still between the Rams and the Cardinals for the NFC West division and wild card. But yeah, we have to win on Monday night, no matter what. I'm hoping for a blowout on our side. I want us to send a statement. OBJ is ready to go, man. I was looking at him, some practice footage of him and grabbing the ball and taking off. The part that we're going to be missing without Robert Woods is all the dirty stuff that he does for us. The blocking, uh, the jet sweeps. He's just a complete wide receiver. It's tough to miss, but I'm glad we have OBJ. And the thing that I was wanting to talk about too is that the Rams, people say, "Oh, it's 1 year." Well, we'll see on that because with Les Snead as the GM, um, you know he wants us to have this at least 2 to 3 uh, year window, in my opinion, for the Super Bowl. All in, not just this year, because he's talking about trying to sign Von Miller long term, and or at least for another couple years. And the same thing with OBJ. We'll see how that works out. But when Robert Woods comes back, hopefully OBJ will fill in great, and hopefully we'll get the Super Bowl still. But hopefully he'll love it here, and not saying that he'll take a discount, but he'll work with us as far as the salary is concerned, because there's ways to. The thing about being in LA is there's ways to, get some money here with sponsorship, not sponsorship, but promoting goods and stuff like that, and being in commercials. There's always life after football. Yeah, I know. LeBron James is a big OBJ fan, and they're buddies, and so maybe we'll get him to be able to stay because of that. Life after football and things after football. So that'd be cool to be able to have Von Miller and OBJ for another couple years. So they are talking about that. That's in the back burner, though. We're not worried about that right now. But I'm just really excited for Monday's game. I was down, and I'm still down about Robert Woods, but I'm looking forward to seeing what OBJ can do in the stage. He's going to have to play this game, and he will play. Von Miller, it turns out that his ankle was worse than we thought when we signed him. Um, Adam Schefter was reporting Sunday morning that the Rams won't play Von Miller until he's fully healthy or close to being healthy. Miller's ankle was worse than the Rams suspected. Of course, they still got him. That just means he needed to do more rest with a bye. Maybe he's going to play Monday night, but I maybe not as many reps as he would with a bye. He has extra rest, or maybe he'll play more than they thought because they have that bye. He don't have to worry about getting ready for the next game because we have the extra week in there. So we'll see. But I'm looking for us to come out and come out hard and fast, and get this W. But I'm so excited. This is what we want. We want us to be in prime time, show what we can do. It's going to be the Rams and 49ers, one of the greatest rivalries in sports, period. And And 49ers are always ready to come out and play the Rams tough and hard. And the same thing with the Rams. The Rams have been the team that with Sean McVay era have been in the playoffs and had winning seasons at year after year for the last 4 years. And here's another season where they're just on the heels of maybe poised to get a Super Bowl berth again, another Super Bowl run. And here the 49ers are struggling with injuries, and their quarterback situation is the same as it's been the last couple of years. We have to start uh, Jimmy G because they really don't have anybody out except for a young raw rookie, and they're afraid to throw him into the Lions' den. But who knows? Maybe the Rams will knock Jimmy G out, and he'll have to come in, and we'll see what he looks like. He does add an element with the mobile aspect of his game, and so. But yeah, I just wanted to get on here because the Seahawks lost. That puts them further down in the pecking order. In the basement, and the 49ers hopefully will lose Monday night. I'm expecting us to come out with a big win. And the main thing here is the Arizona Cardinals lost. They are another loss in the column, and we're one game closer to the top as far as tying them. And we got to get them head to head. That'll be coming up, but we got to get this win Monday for sure, so we can make up this one game. And we're right there. We're right where we need to be. We're actually if we can win on Monday, we're going to be right around the record that I thought we might be. I thought maybe we'd have maybe 3 to 4 losses if Matthew Stafford started out slow with the new guys with no preseason. We didn't play our guys in preseason, but yeah, we're right there. I'm so excited for this time of year. I mean, we're going to start playing. We've got the Packers coming up too, and the 49ers. They're always tough. But with Matthew Stafford, I don't expect him to have 2 straight bad games. It is what it is. The Cowboys came out today too, and that was a heck of a game. I was tough on Dak Prescott, and they came out and did their thing. I didn't watch much of the game, but the poor Atlanta Falcons, they really laid an egg. That was really bad. So around the league, the Bills got back into the poor Jets, 45-17. The Cowboys 43-3 over the Falcons. The Colts 23-17 over the Jaguars. The Patriots and Browns. Patriots 45-7. Bill Belichick. It just keeps rolling. The Browns were rolling, and without OBJ, the first game off, they were getting off, and here we are, 45-7 losers against the Patriots. The Steelers, poor Lions. Poor Jared Goff. The Lions have had a couple of games where they could have pulled it out. They would have a couple of wins already, and here they are. The Steelers had a horrible game, and they tie. They have a final OT tie, 16-16. So nobody wins, nobody loses. But the Lions are still looking for their first win of the season. The mighty Titans beat the Saints 23-21. There was no Kamara, and the Saints couldn't get past them. The Redskins over the Bucks and Tom Brady, 29-19. And then again, the Cardinals 34-10 over the Panthers 34-10 over the Cardinals. Beautiful. I love it. And then the Vikings and Chargers, for a long time, the Chargers were losing. The Vikings over the Chargers, and for a long time the Chargers were losing. And I thought it was going to be a blowout, and that's what it was. The Eagles 30-13 over the Broncos. The same Broncos that played a hell of a game last week. Now the Eagles got them 30-13. And then the Packers shutting out the Seahawks 17-0. And then you have us, the 7-2 Rams versus the 3-5 49ers. Monday Night Football. And then you have later on today the Raiders and Chiefs, which are always good. Oh, I forgot the Ravens and the Dolphins. The Dolphins beating the Ravens 22-10. Surprising. So, the NFL, anything can happen. We just need to put W's on the board. I can't wait for this game on Monday night. I had to get on here because I saw that the Cardinals lost, and Yeah, Michael, Arizona Cards fans, but they're still in first place. I was just excited when I saw how bad they lost, but, that's why when we lost to the Titans, people were saying, this about Matthew Stafford and the Rams, but teams lose. The Cardinals, I'm just very surprised that they got by the 49ers so easy with Colt McCoy, but um, I was hoping for them to have lost that game. So they're lucky they pulled that one out because the way they look today, that's why the way I expect them to look against the 49ers the week before. But we'll take it. All teams have a law, or they play teams in a where they think they're going to win, and it doesn't happen, But here's what happened with this one. Kyler Murray's still sitting out. He's a little quarterback, so they have to be careful because he's mobile and everything, but these big bodies laying on him. He's not a stout guy. Like a Russell Wilson's a solid guy. I look at Kyler Murray as a smaller guy, and he's susceptible to, especially in the NFC West with these defensive linemen, to injury. Hey, proud Green Beret. I hope so, man. I hope that we smash the Cards. I wouldn't say they're overrated just because of Kyler Murray. And they have those wideouts, those receivers, and they have veteran defensive guys. But I think in the beginning, they deserve all the props. But I think they have been hyped up a little bit, and you can't say nothing about it because for a long time they were undefeated and they beat us. But yeah, it's kind of one of those things where without Kyler Murray, they'd be kind of an average team with good wide receivers. Same thing with Russell Wilson. When Russell Wilson has a bad game, they're done. If Kyler Murray has a bad game for the Cardinals, they're not going to do anything. But right now he's out, and they got smashed today. And it's like any team, you have your starting quarterback not playing. But yeah, I think they were very hyped, and they do have good players, though. Their running back is fast, and he's a yard burner. He can go to the house, and they got AJ Green, who's not in his heyday, but he still makes plays. You still have to account for him. D Hop was injured, and but he's a great player. They have some pieces that and veteran leadership. Unfortunately, JJ Watt got hurt. But yeah, they deserve to get the props they got. But yeah, I think they were a little hyped up. Proud Green Beret, and God bless you, sir, for your service. Appreciate it, man. And we owe everything to you guys in the military. God bless you. Um, yeah, the Rams have to gain some ground. We really took it tough with the Titans, Michael. One game at a time is right, but the Titans game, we have to look past that. But that game, we should have won that game. We should have won that game with those two turnovers. Stafford, that's 14 points we gave him, and we basically lost by. But without those 14 points that we gave them, we could have probably won that game. We could have just won an ugly game, but that's okay. Teams have bad games. Um, but yeah, one game at a time. I would love to be sitting at the top, but I'd rather go through this now with this team learning each other. Matthew Stafford getting accumulated with our wide receivers, and remember this too. Cam Akers, our bell cow, ready to be a star running back, hasn't even played with Matthew Stafford yet, and he's been tweeting that he's more than uh, ahead of schedule as far as his rehab, and he is showing that he may be available to us for the playoffs. Can you imagine Cam Akers leading the way at running back with Matthew Stafford? So we have an embarrassment of riches. It was a tough injury that he has, and he's a young guy, and he looks good in his tweets at his rehab, and who knows what the future holds for him. But I hopefully the brother can get back and get behind us, get behind the line and be ready to do some damage for us. Yeah, I want. Yeah, yes, proud Green Beret. I want OBJ to silence these critics, and I was looking at guys can say whatever they want. Deshaun Jackson said all the right things when we signed him. That's why I thought, oh, cool. Because I heard a lot of stuff from my buddies. The guy's a prima donna. He's a diva about Deshaun Jackson, and I thought, well, maybe he's learned his lesson. He's home now with this Sean McVay culture. Um, but I seen a video of OBJ on his way to Los Angeles, and he's saying all everything that you want to hear, and he looks sincere. You could just take him at his word. That he wanted to be with the winner. He's happy to be in Los Angeles. He said all the good things, and one of the things that I found out too is I guess some of the holdup. I guess there was some reports that he signed, then he didn't sign, or he was between the Rams and the Packers, and I guess some of the holdup was his number. uh, so per John Wolford, the Wolf Man, uh, had to get he gave up his number to Stafford, number 9, and then he's wearing 13, which I think nobody should wear 13 in my opinion. I love my boy Jim Everett. He had 4 great seasons with us. Unfortunately, everything fell apart after the 90 season, but I think those numbers, they should not be able to be worn. The Kurt Warner number, especially since he won the Super Bowl for St. Louis Rams and the Rams franchise, that number should not be available unless somebody asks for permission. He grants it. That should be long been retired, but he wants to. OBJ wanted to get 13, and so poor Wolford had that number again, and somebody wanted it, and a big star, and so for right now, OBJ's wearing number 3. And then Cam Akers was quick to say, "Hey, hold on." He tweeted that number is only temporary because I guess ultimately, if OBJ stays with us, he's going to get number 13 next season if we're able to re-sign him, and that's what's great. Les Snead is looking into trying re-signing OBJ, and he'll wear 13 next year if he comes back with this, and then Cam Akers will take number 3. So yeah, Tony Grace, oh boy, God bless Big Cam over there in the Panthers. Sometimes familiarity makes a difference. He got there and he got hyped up, and but it's one game. But that's all that we care as Ram fans is he was able to help take down the Cardinals. The Cardinals are a well-coached team. They have good players, but they like I said before, I would much rather get the wins together, kind of fighting ourselves. We have a young secondary. We had to overcome Cam Akers, and we have dependable running backs and Sony Michelle and Henderson, and we're kind of getting our way together. Cooper Kupp started off hot, and even when Robert Woods was there, it took a little while for us to get him the ball, but he still did the dirty work and stuff, and they blocked for each other and all that. I would much rather at least get the wins here and there, beat the teams that we're supposed to, and then get hot as the playoffs go. And the Cardinals just started off on fire. So I thought that they might return to reality. Unfortunately, it happened with their quarterback hurt. But that's what happens when you have a smaller quarterback. Not that he's short, not just because he's shorter. He's not, to me, not stout like a Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson takes a pounding. Donald kills the guy. They're laying all over the guy, and he's so durable. And I don't see Kyler Murray like that. He's a weapon running around, and he's got a great arm, and he's a heck of a player. But he's a smaller guy. He can't take a beating. What quarterback can really? But Russell Wilson does, and he comes out every week. Yeah, Michael. I didn't like adding OBJ, but now with my favorite player, Bobby Trees is one of my favorite players too. I guess it worked. Yeah, with OBJ, it was a blessing. We'll see what happens. Knock on wood. I think it's not a silver lining, but because Woods is not there, he sees it now as a time for him to get more. He's going to get more passes, and he can show what he can do. But he's a weapon, believe me. You have to account for him being out there. And plus, he's younger than, say, Deshaun Jackson. The only thing I worry about is the injury, because he's had an injury bug. But hopefully he'll be over that. And we need Van Jefferson to step up as well. Yeah, Tony. Small QBs that can't take a lot of hits. Any human being can't take a hits from these big monsters. The NFL tries to protect quarterbacks, but as we all know, certain quarterbacks get more protection, like the Tom Brady's. God bless him. He's got all those rings. He deserves it. But you can't put a hand on Tom Brady's shoulder, and they'll call it. Whereas you can cream somebody else, and sometimes they won't call it. But that's one thing about the quarterbacks is they are protected. But when you have a mobile quarterback and he's running around and he's trying to get those extra yards, he can try to scramble and somebody could smash him. And that's one thing about having a small quarterback. But it is what it is. What can you do if that's your quarterback? But God bless Cam for beating the Cardinals today. But yeah, I can't wait for Monday night, guys. I'm excited. We got to get this win. I want us to start out fast. I want to make them one dimensional so Von Miller and Donald and Floyd can tee off. I want Darius Williams and my dog Jalen Ramsey to be ready to get those picks. And the main thing with this game is we have to cover Kittle, knock the ball out of his hand. Um, uh, don't let him get comfortable. He's Jimmy G's security blanket on third downs. As soon as Ayuk and especially Debo catch the ball, tackle him right away. Don't give him anything. Play physical. Don't do any arm tackles. You wrap them up, hold them up if you have to, and let somebody else help you. They're good at breaking tackles and getting yak yards after catches. As long as we can do that, we'll be okay. Um, yeah, I saw Tom Brady. I didn't see the highlights. Proud Green Beret. I saw that he lost, and I have to see the highlights on that one. I just saw the score and I saw little things here and there. But yeah, that's always nice to see Tom Brady lose, especially being a Ram fan. I appreciate that, especially when we beat him. I love it. Yeah, Von Miller is going to play, Tony. It just depends on how many reps they give him with the bye close by. Maybe they can see it both ways. Maybe they'll give him more playing time because he has that extra week. But I suspect they'll be monitoring him anyway and say, hey, look, Vaughn, let us know how you feel. If you need a blow or whatever to come out or you want to pack it in, that's cool. Just let us know. And they're monitoring him because, it is important for him to play as much as he can. But we got him for the stretch run, but mostly for the playoff run when we have to go and get after the top quarterbacks in the playoffs. The Aaron Rodgers and the Tom Brady's, in the championship game and the playoffs, maybe guys like that. And but yeah, he's very important to what we want to do. And so yeah, I expect him to be playing Tony. I would love to see him a lot. I hope he feels great, tip top, and he's able to play uh, for a few reps. Hopefully, we'll have a blowout and we can take him out. That would be beautiful. Rams get a few turnovers. Stafford scores the first 3 times we touch the ball. We get some easy plays, and hopefully it'll be where we can take some guys out and take the Von Millers out, or take the Aaron Donalds out, take the Matthew Staffords out, and hopefully it'll be a laugher for us. I would love it. Yeah, the Cowboys and Bills came out and did what they had to do. That's what I hope we are going to do. Proud Green Beret. I hope that we're going to take this bad taste in our mouth. I would feel a lot more comfortable if Bobby Trees was there, though. But yeah, it's just because it's a short week, and now OBJ, he's a veteran. He can, you can coach him up to be ready for this next game. But with Bobby Trees doing all the dirty work and everything, we didn't have much. It came on Friday, and so it's kind of at the last minute. So, but McVay and everybody will get everybody together. But I would be much more comfortable for us to do that with the big win with Bobby Trees, and but because he does what he does, but also because he knows our schemes, knows everything that we do, and we kind of have to rush OBJ in there. So, but McVay will figure it out. I trust him. Yeah, Tony. Debo had a lot to say, and you know what? That's what Aaron Donald is a proud guy, and Aaron Donald had some fun with that. With Debo had some good games against us, and we were pissed off because we lost to a team that's broken down with a backup quarterback 4 times in a row, and they said, well, so they asked him a question about, what do you think about Debo? And he's like, who? Because, honestly, on both sides, Aaron Donald's one of the greatest players of all time. One of those games, he almost single-handedly won the game for us, sacking the quarterback, making him fumble, making another running back fumble, tipping the ball. and Jared Goff, only for Jared Goff to throw a ball away, and we lost a close game to the backup quarterback. But Debo's never made a Pro Bowl. He's having a hell of a year this year, but before this year, so that's why he's like, who? Wait a minute, let him do something in the league before you ask me about that guy. He was in a bad mood because they lost, so I expect both sides to say that Debo's going to come back at him because he's a proud player, and that's where it gets good. But yeah, hopefully that's bullet board material. And but I'm pretty sure that Aaron Donald will remember, especially Jimmy Ward too. Jimmy Ward had a lot to say, and they can say whatever they want because they beat us 4 times straight. But but he's been there for a long time, and Shanahan era, they have a losing record, so he don't have anything to say about that. And he's supposed to play this week, I think. I hope he does though, so we can win with him out there. Yeah, Jimmy G seems to get rattled sometimes, but he's had good games against us, which is weird. I see him at a play against other teams. And I'm like, wow, that was horrible. And then for against us with Aaron Donald breathing down his face, he pulls some passes out of his ass though. So hopefully, we'll get after him and knock the ball out of his hand. But yes. Hey Ray and Michael, thank you guys for coming in. And Tony and Proud Green Beret. Yeah, I just wanted to come in because I saw the Cardinals lost and I was excited. We get another game forward if we can win this next Monday. But yeah, it's a must win tomorrow, Ray. It was the must win anyway, but for sure, because it's the 49ers A, and then 1A, and then also 1B. We need to move up in the rankings as far as our standings to try to get the division, because we want to get a bye, in the playoffs. We want to get home field advantage. Hopefully we'll be able to do that. It's so much easier to play at SoFly Stadium than have to go to the frozen tundra or somewhere like that. But either way, with this defense, I think our defense is going to be one of the elite defenses in the league, at least top 10 as we go forward. All these young guys in the secondary are going to get better. With Von Miller, we will, like they say, you got to pack your defense in the playoffs. So I'm looking for that to happen. But I'm very excited, man. Matthew Stafford, I know that tonight he's not going to get much sleep. Or maybe he'll sleep like a baby. But he is looking to not that he has to prove anything, because he's a top 5 talent, but he's looking to shut some people's mouths up. He comes out and he starts lighting it up like he did. All he has to do is do like he did against Tom Brady and the Bucks. The guy comes out and throws 4 touchdowns against the arguably the GOAT, and we beat him up in SoFly Stadium. That's what he needs to do, and I'm pretty sure he's anxious to get out there with a bad taste in his mouth from the Titans game and make up for it. And I hope it's like the Cowboys and Bills, where we just come on and destroy them. I can't even get it out because I'm so excited about it. But yeah, even if we have to win ugly, I'll take it. But I'd rather win it. We owe them big time. I cannot believe that we've lost to them 4 times in a row, and they've been depleted. They lose against everybody else, and they play us like it's their Super Bowl. Guys are running yards after catches, and guys are making plays, and then they play another team, and they lose. They haven't been that good the last few years because of injuries, and they play us like it's their Super Bowl. But we expect that because Shanahan's there. The big key is Robert Saleh's not there. And with Matthew Stafford there, I don't think it would make too much difference. But this new coordinator that the 49ers have, he's not as good as Robert Saleh. He's learning, and I just expect this to come out and handle our business. I think we're better than they are, even if they had full strength. We're comparable on the defensive line with all their guys, but now with Von Miller, that puts us over the edge. We had no business losing to the Niners last year or the year before that. No, definitely Proud Green Beret. It killed. That's why, I went on one of the 49ers shows, and I told them, I'm not going to say nothing on your show because I don't want to jinx it. And I would come out there and say, yeah, we hopefully it won't get too ugly. Hopefully, it may get ugly. And because we have our basically our whole, not talking about this year, but in the years past, we had our healthy squad, and it's a playoff team and arguably a Super Bowl contending team, and they have guys hurt. They don't have their starting quarterback. There's no way that we should lose to a team like that. I can see maybe split at the very least because it's division rival, but they should not be sweeping us. No way. Geez, really? And then we go to Tampa Bay and beat the Bucks with Tom Brady, and they ended up winning the Super Bowl last year, and we lost the 49ers twice last year. What the heck is that? But that's part of the reason why in the Jets game and the Dolphin game that God bless Jared Goff. I appreciate what he did for us. He'll always be a Ram, but he just couldn't take the next level. He could not get the next, at least with us. He couldn't get he couldn't get to the next level as far as quarterbacks to join the elite quarterbacks or even subpar elites like the Kirk Cousins, because he would make horrible plays and the same horrible plays like if he was in his second year our first year, and we can't have that with these guys. Every quarterback makes mistakes. I'm not expecting to be perfect, but you guys saw his body of work on some of the bad games that we've had, especially against the 49ers. You cannot have that. You're going to make bad plays, but then you've got to, when we need you, you got to come up, make up for it. And so that McVay was just done. He basically needed to get a quarterback because he inherited Jared Goff, and God bless Jared Goff. To me, he's a fine talent. He's got a hell of an arm. He's a young guy. He plays his ass off out there, and God bless him. We appreciate everything he did for us. So that's not that, but I'm so glad we have Stafford. And Stafford, you haven't even seen Stafford at his best with us yet. He's had some good flashes and some decent games, but unfortunately, Bobby Trees isn't there, so we haven't got on all cylinders, everything rolling yet for a full game. We haven't even seen that yet, so that's why I'm so excited, because Matthew Stafford, in my opinion, has not had a full game yet where he's just been on fire. That's coming. Hopefully, that'll be this game. This guy is a quarterback that we don't need him to because we have a good all-around team with a good defense, but he can carry a team. That's the difference between Jared Goff and Matthew Stafford. And God bless Jared Goff. Jared Goff had some good games when he was in 2018 where we thought he was MVP level. And then when Cooper Kupp went out, he started to fall off a little bit. And Gurley got a little banged up, and he wasn't explosive he was. And the Bears started out with the Bears game. They started to learn how to defend us without Cooper Kupp, and then he never got his mojo back for some reason, Jared Goff. And who knows if it was confidence? I don't know. Maybe playing in the big lights of Los Angeles. But Matthew Stafford is a different animal. The guy plays beat up. Like I said before, I seen a game where he popped his shoulder out the socket and he went back in and threw a touchdown. And then he's like, so Matthew Stafford can carry a team. When the play breaks down, he can wiggle his way and get that first down or touchdown. And and he's got one of the best arms in the business as far as throwing the deep balls and the deep corner routes. So I'm excited to have him. Yeah, that's a big thing, Michael. We need to score in the red zone. Field goals, you always hate to set up for field goals, but not scoring in the red zone is something that I hate to see. That's where I was hoping that the rookie Jacob Harris, 6'5" monster that has a great vertical leap, athletic guy, was going to help us, but he's out. Higbee's pretty decent, but hopefully OBJ will help us with that. But we need to be more. We need to be more concentrated of getting the ball in the end zone and getting that 7 instead of 3. And our special teams, I was reading somewhere where OBJ might return kicks, and I was like, cool, because we have one of the worst, in my opinion, one of the worst. That's our Achilles heel. One of the worst special teams returning games in the league. I mean, we'll go 5-7 yards return, and there'll be a holding penalty. We never, once in a while, we'll get a good return off, but there'll be a holding penalty. I don't see us breaking one, and that's what we're missing. We always have to go 60-70 yards, it seems like, to score. It would be nice if we can get the ball at the 40-yard line, 50-yard line sometimes with a guy returning a kick here and there. So OBJ will help us with that if he does return. But then again, I'm afraid of the injury bug. That would have been a nice luxury to have if Bobby Trees was there and you can have him do that. But I'm kind of a little iffy on that. I want to save him for the wide receiver sets. But yeah, we need a better return game, though. We really do for the playoffs, because that when you have a shorter field, it puts the pressure on the defense, and that's so helpful to get easy scores. But yeah, man, we need to score touchdowns instead of field goals. Definitely, most definitely, for sure. And but yeah, I'm just looking for a big game for us on Monday night. We have the 49ers, so we got our bye. The Jags are the next home game. So hopefully I'm gonna take a chance and look ahead. So let's say we beat the 49ers, we'll be 8-2. And then we should beat the Jags. That's 9-2. It's a heck of a season right there. So we need to take care of these wins, put them away. We got the Packers, and we definitely owe them something. I know when Aaron Donald, I still picture Aaron Donald on the sidelines when he had that injury in his stomach, and whatever that was, a torn stomach or whatever it was, that torn stomach muscle or whatever it was, that he couldn't play the way he wanted to, and our guys couldn't get after the Packers, and we couldn't catch him. We couldn't get any pressure on Aaron Rodgers. I'm sure Aaron Donald remembers being on the sidelines and having to withstand that loss. He was emotional on the sideline because your season's going to be over and you can't do anything about it. A great player like that, can't do anything about it. He can't get the leverage and strength out, when you have that torn muscle. So now he's going to look to get revenge on the Packers, and hopefully that'll help us get one notch. We got another good thing with the Packers losing the week before because Aaron Rodgers in the whole COVID fiasco. So yeah, we just need to put these W's away and see what we can do. I'm excited though, guys. Maybe I'll have another live stream before the game. I might go to one of the sports bars with the Ramelia I like to interact with the 49er fans, and on the other side, it's fun too. But maybe I'll just watch it at home. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm going to come on again. I'm going to be doing more of these guys. So if you guys can hit the alert button, subscribe to my channel so you can check out my videos. I appreciate you guys coming in. Prom Green Beret, Michael, Tony, thank you again for coming in again, brother. Everybody here, I really appreciate it, man. It's just fun to talk football, man. Like I said, thank you guys for coming in. I'm going to do more of these lives. Hopefully I'll do one right after we win Monday. So be looking for that. But I appreciate it, guys. Have a good one, guys. And we're going to watch the next game at 5:00 here. And as we always say, may the Ramelia be with you, and Ramulators, mount up.